Friends, and I am raw to the bone. Happy hump day, y'all. No, yeah, happy hump day. Today is what? Question and opinion day, aka assholes day. Guys, I'm just losing track of days and losing track of time. Yesterday, at the last minute, I couldn't do coffee with friends yesterday because I had to take my mom to the airport. I had the times all mixed up, or else I would have announced that on my show. Before I get into all of that, hey, it's Cook Winfrey. Hey, Fancy K. All right, Cook Winfrey, I hope you stay around and enjoy the show today. All right. But in the meantime, between time, let me give y'all the vibes as I set up on Facebook. All right. Y'all know my morning vibes. I started out like that all the time because I say what is going to be a what. Step one, wake up, but they gon' rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, grow hard about what you want to be. Step four, everybody just do your thing. Hey, wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. 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 Hey, wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Set your affirmations. Hey. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day and call it replication. What? Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. 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 Hey, wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Hey, Shirley. Hey, Blissfully Evolving. Come on in. Hey, Glamour. I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season. What? Y'all. Sometimes I'm not. Other days I'm barely breathing, y'all. You always gotta fight and hide from the demons, y'all. Negative thoughts, poison the rock. Head full of flaws, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Hey, what? So I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken. I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. So flow, you grow, you show yourself. Come on, y'all, get this message. That caused temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best. Hey, wake up. Today's gonna be a what? Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. 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 Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, y'all. Wake up. Today is gonna be a good day. Hey, mother. Why is my mother on the live and not here in New Jersey with me? I'm still mourning. Mother, I came in this morning, like I normally do. I came and I looked around. I came in, looked around my house. And I was like, it's quiet. Mother is gone. Hey, protagonist. Yes, let's keep it honest. If you're coming in through IG, give me the hearts. If you're coming in through YouTube or Facebook, give me the thumbs up. All right. And link is in my bio. You know where all my platforms are. Go to the link in my bio. There's a link tree there. You can follow me across all of my platforms. All right. Facebook, IG, TikTok, YouTube. If you go to YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe and, hit that bell so that you know when I'm going live. All right. Happy hump day, y'all. So what do we got new today? My mind has been in a little bit of a fog because I'm in mourning because my mom is not here. And so I couldn't really think straight these last few hours. But I did finally get to go to the American Dream Mall yesterday, y'all. Like I live literally right here, 10 minutes from the mall. right? And I drive past that American mall, you know, that big mall with the Nickelodeon shit in there and the Legoland and the inside water park and shit like that, right here in Rutherford, New Jersey. Well, I live in Hackensack, which is neighboring Rutherford, New Jersey. Hey, one reliable sing, good morning. And so I went to the mall yesterday because there was this new burger place that opened up called Mr. Beast Burgers, right? And when it opened, it had this long ass line and it was all over the news. And so, I was like, the fuck? I need to try that shit out because I'm a meat eater. I love meat. So I was like, a burger? I got to try that out. And so when I was told about it, I couldn't wait to try it. So yesterday, okay, we went and tried this Mr. Beast burger. It was okay. It put me in line of like a smash burger or something like that. I mean, I wouldn't have stood on line for an hour or so for the burger, but I am glad that I got to experience it, Mr. Beast burger. And I am glad that I got to experience the whole mall, right? It's not a place that I need to go to again. Right? That shit is so huge in there and so many empty spots. Like they are looking like they need people just to come up in there and just do shit. Okay. A lot of empty spots in that mall. But if you have not been to the American Dream Mall and you have little kids, they will love it. They have the indoor parks and the entertainment. They will love it. They also have like a Sea World or something like that, like an aquarium of some sort that you can go in, and they have a lot of the VR experience stuff like that. So for kids, it's nice. And then they got the regular stores, but I'm not going to go all the way to the American Dream just to go to Zara or something like that. I can go right here to Garden State Plaza Mall and go to Zara. That mall was big, right? And y'all already know I got anxiety. So thank God I wasn't by myself because I couldn't have did that mall by myself. I'd have passed out. My anxieties can't take it. For real. Good morning, I am Jacinta. Good morning, Miss Shalonda Ray. Good morning. So today is question and opinion day. Y'all know what that means, right? That means that we come here and we ask anything we want to ask. It's so funny because guess who popped up on my timeline today? Six brown chicks chat. And you know how I love them. So every now and again, if I see a good question that has been sent to their show, I grab it and I ask you guys the question on this show, right? So I'm going to read that for you guys and ask you your opinion on it. This was just one of the questions that caught my attention that I wanted to read to you guys, right? The other thing is I come here prepared because you guys don't always have the question of the day. So I come here prepared. And so today, I am coming in with a question topic. I am worthy of my own company. And under that is a series of questions, right? And this is really like a spin off from the last conversation we had on Monday when we talked about treat other people how we treat ourselves, right? And so I want to read something to y'all today. I took the time and I read it on TikTok, but I want to read it to y'all today because that's what I do. I read this on Coffee with Friends, but I did read it this morning on TikTok because I like to spread the positive energy. I do. And so let my topic contribution marinate, right? Because there's some questions I got under that. Because today is question and opinion, aka assholes day. And the only rule that we have on Coffee with Friends is this: respect each other. I don't care if you don't like the person's opinion, their perspective. It doesn't matter. This is what makes us different. In order to have healthy conversations and healthy dialogue, we have to be willing to listen to other people's perspectives, right? Okay? And take them in, take what we need from them and throw the rest out, right? But we have to stop being upset for how other people feel about certain shit. So the only rule I have here is respect each other. Okay? I don't care. We're going to respect each other's opinion and various perspectives, right? Because that's how we grow. Nobody on here knows it all. And the person that stands here and tells me that they know it all, you're toxic. You're toxic. I'm just saying. I am worthy of my own company, period. Movies and shows to watch. Let that marinate for a minute. You know, I talk about current events and other shit before I get into the topic. First of all, get your coffee or your tea, because that's what we're doing. We're having coffee with friends or tea. Some of y'all wake and bake, whatever the fuck you do. Get it, and let's start this conversation. Shows on TV to watch. Two good movies on Netflix that you should watch. Um, um, I need to say something to someone for a second. Okay. Um, Inheritance on Netflix is really, really good. All right. I didn't expect what I saw. All right. Inheritance on Netflix is really, really good. All right. Watch that. That's one contribution that I have for y'all to watch. Okay. The second one is Last Seen Alive, right? Russell Crowe, I believe. Last Seen Alive. That was good. All right. Last Seen Alive. Two movies on Netflix. All right. Series House of Dragon. I am behind Sunday's episode, so I need to catch up with that. So I'll probably watch that later today, tonight, this evening, if I'm chilling. If not tonight, tomorrow, or whatever the case may be. All right. And so, oh, I Am Descendant said Hit and Run on Netflix is a good one. So anybody that's planning Netflix and chill, in the next day or so or the upcoming weekend, we gave y'all three movies to do Netflix and chill with: Hit and Run, Inheritance, Last Seen Alive. Okay. These are three movies that y'all could inject into your quality Netflix and chill time. Hashtag Fit Friends moment. Go Angel. Angel said, "Good morning. I'm having my BCAAs and on the bike right now. Love y'all. I need to incorporate BCAAs into my diet because my legs are always sore. My muscles are not recovering as quickly as I'd like them to, but I know the problem. The problem is my diet, and I need to incorporate some supplements with the way I am riding this bike. The other thing that's happening to me recently is my right knee is buckling from underneath me. I already had surgery on my left knee, just a scoping some years ago when I ran the half marathon, but my right knee took in some damage, right? And I'm trying to save the shit. So I gotta watch that. Oh, Gerald Butler. Thank you. Last Seen Alive is Gerald Butler. Thank you. That's why I was like Russell Crowe question mark. It's Gerald Butler. Thank you for that. Reasonable Doubt. I have not watched that yet. I Am Dissenter. I am going to watch that. I'm going to watch that. Good morning, Johnny Leon Hill. Everybody. That's how you say it in DC. Good morning. Yes. Good morning, Ghost. I'm still waiting to get the last episode 2 of Dharma, Clear's Throat at Fancy K. You got to get through those last 2 episodes of Dharma, y'all. And I had a conversation yesterday about this Dharma thing because so many people are up in arms about the fact that so many people are watching this Dharma shit. People are like, why would y'all fucking watch that shit? That triggers people. This again makes my ass itch because I'm like, why are y'all censoring and trying to control what other people fucking do? Right? If you don't want to watch it and it's a trigger to you, don't fucking watch it. But I want to watch it because I'm be honest, right? Because it ain't nothing more beautiful and well respected than somebody being honest, right? And so I'm gonna be honest. I learned some shit. Now I know this shit happened in the 90s, and I know y'all motherfuckers feel like I should have known that because I was born 1967, but I didn't know all the details about what happened to Jeffrey Dahmer. So I don't care if people look at me side eye because I watched the shit. I learned some shit, right? In the 90s, my son was born in 1983. I was too busy fucking surviving and trying to eat. The fuck? I knew he was a serial killer. I knew he killed a lot of motherfuckers, right? But I learned a lot watching this Dahmer special. I have never watched any of his specials before. None. Gacy, none of them. Okay, none. Right? But this has shown me one, this motherfucker moved into a black neighborhood. I ain't know that. Right? Two, I ain't know this motherfucker was a homosexual, attacking all age men. especially them young boys, right? I didn't know that, right? I learned a lot of shit watching this show, right? And I also learned, you know, what to fucking pay attention to when I'm out and listen. I learned something, y'all. Now, some of y'all might say that's a fucking shame. You should have been learned that shit, but I didn't. And that's my honest truth. And I'm just saying, I learned something. Okay. You didn't like the ending of what, Glamour 47? Last Seen Alive or Inheritance? Which one? Morning, Zen. I'm still in bed and I'm not sorry about it. I know the fuck. I know that. Listen, I listen. I am not mad, Zen. Okay, because coffee with friends be in the way of sometime my bedtime. Okay, Johnny said we're going to talk about that tonight. Okay, Johnny, I'm gonna set my. I'm gonna set as soon as I get off this live. I'm going to tell Alexa to remind me. Okay, that tonight is Siri gonna come on while I'm on live? Hey Siri. Remind me at 8:25 to go live on John with Johnny Leon Hill. Okay, add it to today's reminders. Okay, so now I'm reminded to join your live, Johnny, because you know what? I be sitting on the couch and I'm gonna be honest, I doze the fuck off. I be going to sleep early like I'm a toddler. All right. So today is question and opinions day, y'all. All right. So what do y'all got for me today? What questions do you have today? I came in here with I am worthy of my own company. And there's some questions in there, right? How do you feel when you are alone? Do we choose to be in relationships just to avoid being alone? It takes courage to choose to be alone. Why is being alone so frightening for some? This is continuation of treat others how we treat ourselves. And I know some of y'all are like, how does that relate to treat others how we treat ourselves? But I'm going to read something to y'all this morning, all right? You have a male Siri too. You know, they changed the voices with every upgrade. They changed the voices. So my Siri is male now. Even my navigation in my car is a man now. I'm like, y'all didn't ask me the fuck. Okay. But we will be there. Oh, yours is South African. I want a South African one. How the hell? All right. So let me just read. You know me, I pull this book out every now and again, but it was a really good read this morning. And I shared it on TikTok already. For all of y'all that need to know what this book is, y'all should know by now. Until Today by Ayanla Vonson, right? And today is October 5th. So I'm gonna read this thing because this really resonated with me based on our conversation that we had on Monday. And it made me ask the question, it made me put the statement up, I am worthy of my own company as it relates to treat others how you treat yourselves and expect that same treatment, right? It says, I will realize my own worth when I accept I am worthy of my own company. Okay. Keep reading the comment, running up the comments. You know, I'm going to go back and read the comments, right? You cannot stay in a relationship or any experience where you feel alone just to avoid being alone. To do so is to betray yourself. See, we never talked about that part. We talked about feelings of being alone. We talked about being in relationships where narcissism was a part of that relationship. We talked about feeling like you are a victim, right? But I'm gonna read this because this puts a different spin on shit. All right, this will make some motherfuckers wake up if they're in situations where they're not happy and they're finding themselves confused at how to get out and find happiness, right? It says, if it's impossible to stay in a relationship where you are unsupported, wait, it says it is impossible to stay in a relationship where you are unsupported, unacknowledged, or unappreciated without eventually being convinced that this is as good as it can get. How many people are in a relationship? And I asked this question before based on the movie that I watched, As Good as It Gets, right? How many people looked at their relationship and said, this is as good as it's going to get, so I may as well just buckle down and deal with it? Anytime you find yourself giving yourself a reason to stay in a relationship where joy is an illusion, right? Peace refers only to cake or pie. Happiness is just around the corner. Love is just the way you sign off on letters. You are in the process of destroying yourself, your sense of worth. Like, I was shocked to hear that Tia Mowry, the twin, was divorcing her husband. Did y'all see that? She's been with him for how many years? Like this, they gave the love story of, I met him at the bus stop. He ain't have shit, and I just started to show sisters and sisters, right? And so, you know, listen, I'm just saying, okay. It is often hard for us to realize, understand, or accept that the way we treat ourselves sets the model for how we will be treated. Monday's topic. You see how that circled all the way around? I am worthy of my own company, turned into making sure you understand, right? It is often hard for us to realize, understand, or accept the way we treat ourselves sets the model for how we will be treated. And I posted something, a meme of that effect yesterday, right? Many of us allow ourselves to be treated the way we have always been treated because we don't know that we can be treated any other way. Mm. Marries to the meme that I posted about some of us was taught these ways. I'm paraphrasing, but y'all can go back to my page, right? A lot of us are beating ourselves up for shit that, we've learned that we need to unlearn because we were taught it by people that didn't know what the fuck they were doing themselves. Right? But it becomes our responsibility to do a check in on ourselves and change the narrative in that. For some, being treated badly is better than being alone. Has anyone been in a situation where they have convinced themselves that even though they are unhappy, it is better to be in the relationship that they're in than to be by themselves? This is the ultimate act of self-betrayal. This is where we hit the button, y'all, because now you're moving from being victim to you betraying yourself. It's but so long you could play victim in a relationship. You have to understand that you are worthy of your own time. Okay? You are worthy of your own time. Yes? Yeah. It's already started. And here you go. Asking me to open up. Here. What is this? Watermelon here. Yeah. Be careful. All right. All right. Close my door on your way out. Grandmother mode for a minute. Okay. Um Any experience of betrayal can diminish your sense of worth. Okay? There is nothing intrinsically wrong with staying to work things out or with working through the tough times with clear vision of things getting better. So you have to differentiate when you're staying and there's a clear vision of things getting better versus you staying and doing yourself an injustice, right? There are times when staying takes more courage than leaving requires. Mm. Okay. However, when the only reason for being where you are is to avoid being by yourself, you are no longer a victim of abuse. You are no longer a victim of abuse if you recognize that you're in a toxic situation and you choose to stay. This takes me back to those friends that get tired of you complaining. They be like, I'm tired of hearing your story over and over again, because now you have crossed over from being the victim of this abuse or this sad situation because you decided to stay in it knowing it was unhealthy for you, right? So now you are no longer a victim. Okay? It says, however, when the only reason for being there, for being where you are, is to avoid being by yourself, you are no longer a victim of abuse, betrayal, or dishonor. You are creating it. Mm. You are creating it. I can't wait to get to the comments. So until today, you may have believed that being alone would be worse than being in a relationship where you feel alone. Just for today, sit with yourself, by yourself, and ask yourself, this is like homework. Sit with yourself, by yourself, and ask yourself, why is being alone so frightening to me? And I talked about this with y'all more than once. For me, because I started unpacking this for myself, right? And I found that it went back to childhood. Where did yours start? This is how we heal. Okay. Write down your responses, read them back to yourself, and then ask yourself, why am I choosing to believe this? When you can get an answer, make another choice. Do the fucking work. We got to do the work, y'all. Today, I am devoted to exploring some of the good reasons there are for spending time alone. I had to share this with y'all because this hit home for me. It was deep. All right. So let me read the comments and see what we got going on. Oh, that was good. Last Seen Alive was good. Okay. Okay. Let me go up and see what's going on. Watching Gerald's Game. That was a good one. Gerald's Game was a good one. Miss Shalondre said, after watching Dharma, I got my cat eye on everybody. Right? You know, I never was one to go out to a club and meet people and go back. First of all, I never had a one night stand because I've always been scared of some shit like that happening. For whatever reason, I don't fuck around like that because I don't go to men's houses like that. Like I really got to know you. The fuck. Hey, Mishi Boo. Okay, the inheritance. You didn't like the end. Yeah, it was kind of. Watch it, y'all. Though it was a shocker. All right. Ghost said my Siri is a British woman. Good morning, AG. Hey, Madison. They were together for 14 years. Yes, 14 years. So people are shocked when they read up on I knew I was. And then I read this and I said, listen, baby, people listen, 14 years together, 15 years together. Some people just stay because of the years that they've been together and they don't want to break that, right? But listen, if it ain't working for you and it's just, for show, you got to do what you got to do. So I don't blame people for walking away. Thank you, Cheryl Lee. He came in here for his watermelon. All right. Let me go up on YouTube because YouTube is busy this morning. Okay. Um, Kev SD said, I'm better alone than when I was in my 3 long-term relationships. Okay. And some people find that. And that's okay. It's nothing wrong with being alone, right? Johnny Leon Hill said, my Siri is an Australian woman. I like her voice so much. I felt like Jacqueline Phoenix on her. You know what? Oh my God. So you love your Siri woman. So you fantasize about her ass. The fuck? Cheryl Lee said, yes, Robin. My 13-year-old grandson was snickering and watching it. And baby, some of the stops he told me about what he learned was the real stuff. And I hadn't even seen the series. Listen, motherfuckers could judge me all they want, but I learned something. I don't care. I learned something. I learned something. Okay. And people that are out here saying you shouldn't watch Dharma, you shouldn't support some shit like that, be the same motherfuckers that watch the ID channel and snapped. What are y'all talking about? The fuck? And then the excuse is, well, I didn't experience the shows that they show on Snapped and shit, but some people really experience Dharma. But somebody experienced that shit on Snapped. And those somebodies might be feeling the same way you feeling based on the Dharma shit. People got to stop going around censoring and trying to stop other people for doing the shit that they like. I learned something. The fuck? Zen said, I had that. My ex, he was pretty terrible. I was with him for way too long because I thought that was my only shot. Thank you, Zen, for sharing that because, you know, In order for us to do better, we got to be honest. Listen, I stayed in a relationship. I went back to my ex 11 time, had a whole chicken on my bracelet and everything that my girlfriend gave me because she was like, you showing all your feathers. And I was like, hey, I'm going to rock out with these feathers. These are going to be fashion, runway, fucking, style type feathers. I didn't give a fuck. I was rocking those chicken feathers. I was. Okay. Because think about what was said in here. And it was something I had to think about in my own life. At one point, I probably deep down inside didn't think I could get any better. I didn't understand the level of treatment I deserved. I didn't. I had to learn that because growing up, I had such a life of survival that I never really had time to take in and learn myself enough to know what I want from someone else. Does that make sense? Because, as I was coming into myself, I was already trying to pour love into a child that I gave birth to. So I didn't know how to pour love into myself. So when I got something that looked like love or felt like a little kindness, I kind of stuck with it, right? But I had to learn to love myself. I had to learn to value myself. And I had to unlearn the toxic things that I learned. And I had to start telling myself that I deserved better. Right. And then I had to ask myself the question, how do you treat yourself? You got to check in with yourself. So sometimes, thank you, Zen, for that, because a lot of people are embarrassed to explain or express some of the things that they've been through in their relationships because they are afraid that people are going to judge them. But I don't give a fuck. Right? Because everything that I do in life is an experience for me, right? And I'm human and I'm not perfect. So I'm going to make my mistakes. And so sharing them with the world, helps other people go, wow, let me check in with myself. That sounds familiar. I don't feel alone. Somebody else is going through the same similar thing I'm going through. This is how we help each other. Okay. I am Jacinta said, can we normalize being your own relationship goals? You never know what goes on behind closed doors. That part. Motherfuckers are constantly out here comparing their relationships to other people. Please don't, because I'm sure somebody compared their relationship to Tia, Mari, and Corey. I'm sure they did. I'm sure all her cooking shows and all her TikToks, people were like, "Oh my God, I want a family dynamic like her." And then, bam, she's announcing getting a divorce. Don't compare. Yes, we should normalize being our own relationship, right? Being our own relationship with ourselves, being in relationships with other people. We got to stop comparing to other people. We don't the fuck know what goes on behind their closed doors, right? I am just to say he seemed always dry to me. Go ahead, Tia. Go live with your best life. You know, sometimes people just outgrow each other. Zen said that I am Jacinta. Absolutely. We stopped comparing our relationship to others years ago. We realized that we are not like others and therefore it wasn't necessary or healthy. You know how many people I know that looked like their relationship was good until I really got to know them and then I found out that their relationships were shit. We be comparing ourselves to shit sometimes and y'all don't even know it. Mm. Kev said, being alone is why I don't want a relationship anymore. There is that. There is that. Is it possible that someone could be single for so long that they have gotten accustomed to being single that they don't want another relationship? Is that possible? That's a question. It is question and opinion day, y'all. Miss Shalandere said, I follow Tia on IG and I'm sorry. I saw this divorce coming. I'm honestly surprised it lasted 14 years. I didn't see it coming. Miss Shalandere, why did you see that coming? I'm gonna put the guest link up there just in case somebody want to pop one and ask some shit. Okay. Um I I didn't see it coming. What did you notice on her page that was a sign for you? I'm just curious. I am. I'm curious. Um Johnny said, I'm independent to a fault. As personable as I am, I have a hard time being around people. I love being by myself. For me, it's nothing worse than being with a person, people, and still feeling alone. I've been there. I've been there. I've been in whole relationships and felt by myself. That is the fucking worst feeling in the world. Being in a relationship and feeling alone. The worst relationship in the world. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. Ghost Side, Yana McNeely, Tia and Miguel's wife are all divorcing their husbands. Yup, I saw that. Everybody getting a divorce. Now we gonna hear motherfuckers go on social media talking about this is why I ain't never get married. This is why I never get married. Because people look at these situations and they go, this is why I'm never getting married. Why do y'all do that? Why do people look at these divorce situations and then come out and go, this is why I'm never getting married and this is why I'm never getting in this situation? Isn't that also comparing? You know how we say we compare ourselves to relationships, to good relationships, but do you find yourselves looking at bad relationships and failed relationships and applying that to your life and navigating your life based on other people's bad relationships? I hear it all the time. Oh my God, they got divorced. Oh my God, how could that happen? Oh my God, Neil Long got cheated on. Oh my God, this is a sign. I'm never going to find a man to be faithful to me. Why do we do that? Why do we do that? Right? And Tara Rue said, I think I enjoy being alone way too much. I enjoy my company. I think being in a relationship makes me nervous. Why? What makes you nervous about being in a relationship? Listen, this is how we learn ourselves. What about a relationship makes you nervous? I'm interested. Okay. I am just to say exactly as Zen. It's a beautiful thing when you get to create your own expectations in your relationship. Yes. Okay. Shirley said, right, you are a willing participant to the madness of staying in a relationship that is unhealthy for you, right? And so if you choose to stay year after year after year after year after year after year, you are no longer a victim. You are a willing participant. That's Shirley's words. And in this book, it says you are no longer a victim. Okay? You are choosing it. You are betraying your own self. So the question I asked on Monday is, what message do we send when we allow other people to mistreat us, right? And today I say, why do we betray ourselves? Why is it so easy for us to betray our own selves but are hurt when other people betray us? Because we betray ourselves when we don't give ourselves the best experience. Good morning, Pat. Good morning, Brandilla. Right? Um, Miss Shalonda Ray said Corey always looks like he was uninterested in Tia on the few videos they made together. You know, listen, it could be a situation like how my ex didn't like my show. It could be like that. You know, some men and women have insecurity issues, right? And I'm not a therapist. I'm just living life through my experiences, right? Some people have insecurity issues, and depending on their partner, Tia looks very outgoing, very social, right? Very out there, very current. And I experienced that myself where my significant other didn't like my show. And so they were unsupportive, always looked dry as fuck when it came to the shit that I was doing. And I could never sit and say, I'm going to stay in a 14-year relationship with someone that's not supporting me, that's uninterested in anything I'm doing. Did y'all hear what Ayanla said in here? You are not even supported. You're not even supported. You're just alone. All right? Unsupported. I'm not going to be in a relationship where I'm unsupported and I feel alone. I'm not going to do it. Right? And so it could have been that. Could just be that they outgrew each other, different interests, whatever the case may be. People get divorced for many different reasons. But why do we look at situations like this and go, this is why I'm never getting married again? Why can't we live off our own experiences? Zen said, you know what's funny? After we stopped comparing ourselves to others, we realized that people were comparing themselves to us. And I was like, wow, we are so goofy and dumb. Well, maybe that's why. And that's the thing. Everybody wants what somebody else has, right? Without knowing what they truly have. without knowing how they feel about what they have, right? And look at Zen. He said people were comparing their relationships to theirs, and he was like, "Wow, what the fuck? We look stupid and dumb, goofy and dumb." I don't think y'all are goofy and dumb. I think y'all are beautiful. Okay. Um, Ghost said, but you do notice it's the women filing for divorce. Why did I know somebody was going to say that? And look who said it, Ghost. It's always the woman that breaks up the family, then backdoor and scream men ain't shit and they can't find a good man. Woo! Ghost came for y'all. Ghost said it's always a woman that files for divorce. You know what? I was always the one that left, right? But what does that mean, Ghost? That could mean the man just ain't never gonna leave because he know that he got a good woman and he know that he gonna continue to act reckless and he has a good woman. And maybe the woman is the one that that decided that I'm not gonna be your doormat anymore. But guys, do y'all want to respond to that? Because that's an interesting spin on things. Ghost said, but you do notice it's the women filing. The women break up families. Do y'all agree with that? Who agrees with that shit? Women are the ones who break up the families and then say men ain't shit and we can't find a good man. How true is that? Ooh, that's a good one. How true is that? How do y'all feel about that? I don't know what to say about that one, but that's a good one. I need today's question and opinions day, aka assholes. Give your perspective on that shit. I want to know. Okay. Kev SD said, I think we need to achieve our goals before we pursue a relationship because as my goals grew, my relationships failed. That is why I don't seek relationships until I at least hit new milestones. Well, sometimes, we're always growing. Right. And so you got to pick a time when you're at that point in your life where you go, okay, this is the point that I'm going to get into a relationship. When we get into a relationship, we don't stop meeting our milestones. We don't stop creating new milestones. We don't stop growing. But you're right to a point, Kev, I do agree that we do individually need to work on our own individual selves as a relationship, right? Before entering a relationship. I love that. Okay. Interior said, I think what makes me nervous is I don't know that I trust people. That's where I'm at right now. Trust is a big thing for me. I know how I am going to conduct myself, but I can't control how others will. It's just easy to be by myself. I get it. I have that trust issue too. Like I don't I suffer with believing and trusting that someone is going to have my best interest and show up for me when needed. Those because I've experienced being in relationships where both of those things were neglected, right? And so I have issues with trust, not infidelity, because I don't lose sleep worrying about whether my man gonna cheat on me or not, right? I I lose sleep over are you gonna show up for me when I need you, right? Are you going to protect me when I need protecting? Are you going to provide when I need providing? And that's not only monetary for me, right? Those are my issues right now that I'm working on. Are you going to show the fuck up for me? My trust issues. So I get it. Okay. And I don't want to be hurt. So, I have a wall. I see it. And I've never had this wall before. Like for the first time in my life, I'm seeing that I have a big, thick brick wall. And I hate it. I'm trying to bust through it myself. Right. But it's hard when you've had bad experience in a relationship and you just don't want to go through that again, right? I get it. I am Jacinta said, I seen someone say in the comments, I looked up to them, Tia and Corey, bruh, how? You only see what they show you, which can be a complete lie. The internet be having people messed up in the head. Yes, because a lot of people compare relationships to other people they see on the internet. Both ways. Oh my God, that's a great relationship. I wish I had that relationship. I want to be like them. Or, oh my God, they got a divorce. I'm never going to get married. Why the fuck y'all do that? Miss Shalonda Ray said at Ghost, but why are they filing for divorce? No woman is going to stay in a marriage where they are unhappy or being treated bad. Right. Because let me tell you something. Some of y'all men, I'm just being honest. I got a whole uncle that ain't been with his wife in like 30 plus years and still not legally divorced. Some of y'all men are lazy. Y'all will not get divorced. My last significant other, when I got with him, he was separated, living in a whole different place from his wife, different apartment and everything for like a year, right? And when I got with him, I wrote up a contract. I did, y'all. I did. I said, if you are not divorced in a year, I will leave you. I did. I did. We signed that shit. We did. Because I don't want to hear nobody say and when a year came, because throughout that year I kept asking you, divorce sign, divorce sign. It became a complicated situation with the divorce when I thought it was going to be an easy sign off because they were already separated, but it became difficult. And when that year came, guess what? I left. That was a hard boundary for me. I don't want to be with somebody who's legally married. I don't give a fuck if you are separated. I don't care if you live in a whole separate house. I don't care. I don't want your wife showing up to the hospital if something happened and having rights over you and pushing me to the side. I don't want to argue. I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to do none of that shit. I gave a year time frame, and when I left, you know what they said to me? They were mad at me. They were mad at me because I left. They said that, that's not love. I should have stayed. No, fuck that. Love is one thing, but I got to protect myself. And I need my man to protect me. And being married to another woman is not protecting me legally on paper. Right? So I find that some men will just stay married because they fucking lazy. They don't want to go down and file the paperwork. They don't want to be bothered. So that's, in my opinion, this is my asshole contribution, right? This is why I think the women do it, because when I was divorcing my first husband, I went and I hired the lawyer. I got the divorce papers. He picked me up. I called him and had him pick me up. Okay, to go down and get these papers notarized so I could give them back to my attorney. All right. I push the narrative on that because I find that a lot of men, I know someone right now who's still married to their wife and ain't been with her for 20 years. Why do y'all do that, fellas? So I feel like if these women didn't push the narrative of divorce, how many men would really go down to the courthouse and file for divorce? How many? Yes, we got Cheryl Lee coming on. Hey, Cheryl.
Hey, hi, Grand
Good
Rising,
morning.
everybody. I just had to. Good morning. Okay. Yeah, but look. So when Ghost said that,
Somebody must be calling you. We lost Cheryl. All right, I'm going to take her out. When she come back, I'll bring her back in. All right. Come back, Cheryl. Come back. I think somebody was calling you and it interrupted your live. Come back. But how many men go and file for divorce? I hope Cheryl Lee comes back because it looked like she had something real interesting to say. So come back, Cheryl Lee. All right. Johnny Hill said Tom Bradley and Giselle as well. What? They getting a divorce? Wait, what'd you say? What? Okay. Kev said, I navigate based on the math. 50% marriage ends in divorce and 90% end in separation. That math ain't mathing for the Kev. I know that's right. I know that's right. But you know what? The interesting question is how come relationships last so long when y'all are living together opposed to being married? Right? Have y'all heard stories of people will be dating for like 12 years, 13 years, 14 years, living together, and as soon as they get married, in the next year or two, they divorce? Why does that happen? Why does that happen? I am disinterested exactly at Robin. Why do people do that? It seems a bit obsessed with others' lives, right? Like, worry about your own fucking experience. You might not have the same experiences as the person that got divorced. You might have a very happy situation. I'm just saying. Shit. Good morning, Lady Amaris. Ghost said, who says it's the man's fault they are unhappy? Oh, Ghost got questions this morning, y'all. Okay. Ghost said nobody has to agree. Numbers don't lie. Over 75 to 80% of divorces are filed by women, but blame the man as usual. I'm not gonna deny that, Ghost, but I gave my opinion on why I think that happens. Because y'all motherfuckers would just stay married. And that's it. These women don't want to be tied to y'all. If they want to move on, another man is not going to marry her. If she's legally married to another man, she wants to move on. The fuck? Shit. Um, Zen says, see, now you're going to make me get out of bed and get on camera. Come on, hurry up. Listen, when people say this is why I'm not in a relationship, that is justification. There is deeper stuff there. Exactly. All right, wait. We got Cheryl Lee back. So let's get her back on. All right. Hey, Cheryl.
Hi. Look,
All right.
and I'm not really tag cute and things. So what I was trying to do was read a comment about the statistics to go, but I couldn't pull it up and talk on this at the same time. So I had to get my granddaughter to says to go off numbers and statistics. Look up how well men, specifically when it comes to emotions. You claim men are neutral problem solvers and bottle up emotions and often do not know how to express them. This means taking and being problem solvers, and that department is where majority of men hate to break it to you, but men do have weaknesses, and this is one of them. Men find it just remain silent and won't speak about the issue. They try to deal with it internally and statistic just as you have for everything else. This is the part you're missing. What you said about men will try to solve the issue actually isn't true. And yes, this is on Google. Struggle to communicate emotions. So it's often impossible to fix the marital issues. Women are the opposite and will think often can't communicate. This is also why cheating happens because emotions and aren't talked about. Men look for an outside solution without addressing the issue and simply don't file because they don't want to talk about it and don't know how to express how to take this into account for why majority of women file for divorce to
Woo!
confront the feelings and issues. One is direct and the other is indirect. Divorce rate is 50%. Simply put, people can't communicate with each other. It's not about that other stuff you were trying to defend. And that
Mm.
was in regards to statistics and why women are the lead for divorce.
Yeah, and so let me just repeat something that you said, right? In that article that Cheryl was reading, it said something to the effect of men bottle up their emotions, right? Men bottle up their
Mm-hmm.
emotions. Sometimes they don't know, and I'm paraphrasing. Sometimes they don't know, how to deal with direct conversations and deal with the issues at hand. So they avoid the issues at hand, and oftentimes they go look for solutions outside extramarital affairs and such and things of this nature, right? Because they're not addressing the
Mm-hmm.
needs and the problems that's happening at home. So again, as she read further, she got into this is why women file for divorce because men don't normally stand up and deal with these type of situations head on. And I'm telling you, I have an uncle separated from my aunt over 30 years, 40 years, still legally married on paper, right? And he was, and, they're going to kill me because I'm talking family business, but I'm not saying who, right? But I remember he was dating this lovely woman, Cheryl Lee, I swear. And the
Mm-hmm.
family loved her. And when they broke up,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand it. And I went to her and I said, why did you break up with my uncle? We love you. And she said, I cannot remain in a relationship with a man who's married. Even though he is not in the house with his wife, he is still legally obligated on paper to his wife. right? And I understood it. So why he don't get a divorce? Now, if my aunt turned around and filed for a divorce, then the stats would then pile up and y'all would still be looking at the women cross-eyed. But 30 years, 40 years, why these men are not divorcing? That's just one example. I gave y'all an example of my ex.
Mhm.
I had to leave his ass after a year. And then guess what? When I left his ass, true story, he got a divorce. And when that divorce was final, I came the fuck back.
Mhm.
You know why? Because he no, get a fucking divorce. So in his case, he pushed the
Mhm.
narrative to file them papers. But if I didn't push him, he wouldn't have did it.
Mhm.
You understand? So I don't know. I
Communic
feel like,
yeah. Communication.
you know, yep.
And they say most men, I mean, statistics say most men don't do it. That's what
Yes. Right.
statistics says.
So there go the damn stats for your ass, ghost. Thank you, Cheryl.
I
I really
cracked up.
appreciate you
I
jumping
mean,
on.
I really I heard him say that. I said, oh no, I got the perfect response from that because I had
Yes.
just read. All right, guys,
I
enjoy
love it.
the rest of your
Thank you
day.
so much. Enjoy your morning. I love y'all. I'm telling you. Um, I love y'all. I'm telling you. So I love that response. Hey, J. Joe. Brandilla said, is it possible the woman leaves more often because the men are irky and make relationships miserable? It's toxic to expect people to stay in situations they're not happy in. Right? Where's Zen? I thought he was coming on. I don't care if he got his underwear on. Just come the fuck on. Kev said, we betray ourselves because our culture preaches loving others and makes us feel bad for being selfish. Once I learned to be selfish, I learned how many people only loved me for what I can provide. The few, very few actually loved the Kev. I get it. I get it. I get it, Kev, but don't let that stop you. Just add that to your learned lessons, right? Become more aware of the people in your life, right? And recognize those that love you from those that are just there for what they can get from you, right? I get it. I am Jacinta says Sagittarius want to be alone sometimes. Get off our back, my granddaughter. She's very ghosty, like her dad. And she's not like a hugger. Like, I'm very clingy. I like to hug. I like to lay on you and shit. And you got to force her to hug you and shit like that. So when she gets around us, I know it's emotionally draining because we force it on her. Miss Shalandere says society puts the responsibility of the marriage staying together on the woman, but it's the man's responsibility to lead his household. Obviously, something is going wrong with the relationship. What man want to stand up and argue with Miss Shalandere? Because I the fuck want to know. What man want to stand up and argue with this? Because I'm not. I like what she said. I like what she said. Georgie said when she met him, he was at the bottom of his career. That may have made him feel away years ago. She may have stayed to prove she cared and was really there for him. Both of them was at the bottom of their career. Right? She was not. She was broke too. They both met. She had just gotten, and you can go back and read up on this because I might be missing some key points. She had just gotten sister role, I think. They were both broke. Okay. But her career got a little tick before his did. Okay. They were both broke. I just feel some people outgrow each other. It's simple. Like when you meet somebody when you're young, right? And you grow. And everybody doesn't grow together at the same rate. It could just be as simple as that. Wait, Kev said Ghost speaking facts. You knew protagonist was going to agree with Ghost, right? Interior Ruth said at Miss Shalandere, but there is this expectation for women to do just that. If a man cheats, just deal with it to keep the family together. If the finances are being mismanaged, just deal with it. Nope. Nope. I'm not going to just deal with it. Nope. I'm not. Okay. Ghost said two of y'all in a row blaming that man. I can't make this shit up. Blaming the man. We blaming the man. Um, Oh, yes, I am Jacinta. Right. I got 11 eyeballs on YouTube, and I am Jacinta said, I only have 3 likes. Are y'all serious right now? 11 eyeballs and 3 likes. Y'all don't like the shit? 8 of y'all are not feeling this video, but y'all are still on here looking at me. Give me the thumbs up, y'all. I should have 11 thumbs up to my 11 eyeballs. All right. I got 11 eyeballs on IG too. The fuck? IG, give me the hearts. IG showing y'all up. IG giving me all these hearts over here, and I got 3 thumbs up. YouTube, y'all got to do better. Y'all got to do better. Georgie said it was 7 out of 6 when I came in at 7:30. Oh, Zen said no at Ghost. No. What do men say all the time? It's cheaper to keep her. Where the fuck is Zen? I thought he was coming on. It's cheaper to keep her. I didn't even think of that phrase. Ghost, respond to that, please. Why do men say it's cheaper to keep her? That's probably why y'all asses don't file for divorce. Why do y'all go around saying it's cheaper to keep her? I need to know. That's a great one. It's cheaper to keep her. Men won't file because they know they can power through and not have to pay extra money. That's not the only reason, but it's a big reason why. And with that, don't y'all say that shit? It's cheaper to keep her. Don't y'all fucking say that? Zen, you said a word. You should have said that shit live because I want to see your face. In case I can give you a high five. Because, baby, they do say that. You don't hear no woman saying it's cheaper to keep him. Right? And you don't hear a lot of, well, some women do try to power through these relationships, but fuck it. These men could deal with keeping the women around a lot of times. Zen, come through. Come through. It's cheaper to keep her. Don't y'all say that shit? Why y'all say it? Why y'all say it? I am just to say, yeah, we blaming y'all ass because when a woman is fed up, she's done. You know they got a whole song. Interior Ruth said, at Miss Shalandere, the women I know didn't arrive at that decision easily. They dealt with a lot before finally walking away. And it's not to blame the man. It's in response to you, Ghost. Right. Like I know for both of my situations, my first husband, I left because he was a cheater. Now I'm not going to fucking stay. Right. Now I gave him 1 cheat. I gave him 2 cheat, but he kept cheating. And then on top of that, had bad dick. I'm not going to do that. Right. I'm not going to do it. So I left, right? And then, my second situation, I was with him for 20 plus years. I left, came back, left, came back, left, came back because I didn't want to start all over again. I didn't know that I wasn't deserving of what I was getting. I didn't know that I could get better. And it was a lot, but I learned to let that shit go and I unpacked that. Okay. And so going forward in my life, I mean, the fuck. We don't have to force ourselves to be in any situation. And men, maybe y'all should stop saying it's cheaper to keep her. And then wondering why the women are filing a divorce because they don't want to be kept. They want to be treated with respect. They want to be loved. They don't just want to be kept. I'm just saying. Yes, because Ghost said women are breaking up the family. That's what he said. That's what he said. Okay. Sure. I am Jacinta is like, bye, y'all, men. Johnny Hill said the reason why men won't file for divorce is because they don't want their credit to take a hit and keep that money in their pockets. Yes, from a man's mouth. Keep the money in their pockets. Men can also compartmentalize their misery and get the kitty whenever. That part, that's from a man's mouth, Ghost. Okay, that's from a man's mouth, Ghost. Okay? The fuck? Love it. Love it. Good morning, Diane. Good morning. Okay. BG says she's going after everything if he divorces her most times. But okay, so this is why. See, the men, y'all are showing up. But what y'all are showing up and saying proves the point as to why women file for divorce, right? Because Ghost, you're saying women break up the families because we file for divorce and we leave. Well, based on some of these men on here, they're saying that they don't file for divorce because it's cheaper to keep her. They don't want to fuck up their credit. They don't want to fuck up their lives, right? And so they just keep her. And Johnny said they compartmentalize, okay, their emotions and their feelings, okay? Compartmentalize. So they put their wife and their emotions over here and everything else is over there. They separate that shit. But let's see what Zen is going to say because y'all are on fire this morning. Good morning, Zen.
Good morning. Sorry, I look like
Look
crap.
at
I
that
just got out of
sound and look at
bed.
that beautiful signal. I love it. Yes, y'all.
All right, what y'all need to stop is this gaslighting shit, okay?
Thank you.
Because men could say it's cheaper to keep her all day long, but women say there ain't a dick that I won't kick, okay? It's not about, it's not about, um, women breaking up families. It's about making the right decision. Don't stay in a relationship because A, you want to save money, or B, because it's just easier for you. When what Cheryl Lee said, girl brought it with that
Did you
stuff.
hear that shit?
Woo! Men don't want to talk about. I mean, listen, I'm a man. There's some stuff I talk about. There's some stuff I don't. But that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly. I agree 100% with everything that she said.
Yeah. 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 I mean, listen, I never heard that phrase. What women don't, what is not a dick I won't
Oh no,
kick.
I just made
Give me
that
that
shit up.
phrase because you just made that shit up because you know I'm going to rock that shit out. I'm be like, there ain't no dick I won't kick or lick. What is it? Kick, lick? What the fuck
There ain't a
is it?
dick that I won't kick.
It ain't a dick that I won't kick. All right. Ooh. All right. Ghost said, so fuck better or for worse, right? Though thick and thin, huh? Marriage is a joke these days. So
That's
what does
gaslighting. That is gaslighting. He is taking words and he is twisting them and making it to serve his purpose. It is not true. When you say for better or for worse, then baby, let's stop going out and doing the things that we do if it's for better or for worse. Focus on what the problem is. Let's talk about it. Let's break the shit down. Let's unpack and let's heal. Don't say for better or for worse and then say, oh, but you know what? I'm going to go deal with this person over here. And I'm not
right?
talking about you personally, Ghost. I'm just saying that's your
No,
relationship.
no, no,
Not
yeah.
that part.
Because for real, like you get into a marriage, you go, well, I stood up there and I said for better for worse, but I'm gonna go eat this girl's coochie over here, and then my wife is gonna accept it because better for worse. Better for worse. I mean, for me, those marriage vows, they make my ass itch half the time anyway. Cause I'm like, fuck you, cause richer for poorer, better for worse. Like, I need explanations behind all that shit. I'm
Right.
just not, I said those vows in my first marriage. And I even questioned myself when I got divorced because I was like, they brainwash you to think that worse. You're supposed to deal with worse. Like, no, for better or for worse, you need to break that shit down. Worse don't mean you being highly disrespected,
Right.
you being in a situation where you're abused, you incurring additional traumas that's
Mm-hmm.
gonna fuck you up. That's not what worse mean. Worse mean y'all are both struggling together financially. Maybe your husband lost his job, maybe somebody got sick, somebody got cancer, you struggling through that. Maybe one of your kids got sick and now you got to take care of your kids together as adult.
Yep.
But
Yep.
that's worse.
Yes.
That's worse. Those are
Yep.
worse. Not
That's thick
going
and
out
thin.
there fucking around and disrespecting me. That's
Yep.
not worse.
It's good times and bad times.
Yeah. I find that, and I was just talking to we were just talking AG and I the other day. It's the same thing people do biblically. When you get the Jehovah Witness and the others together, they start comparing the words in the Bible and everybody starts looking for shit to make sense for their shit.
They link it
Right?
together. They link it all together to tell their narrative, to tell their story. Well,
Yeah.
shit, I can string a bunch of words together from different places and say, hey, look, there it is.
Right.
Doesn't mean it's right.
Right. Like the
It,
Quran has a phrase in there that says, strike your woman or whatever if she's disobedient or some shit. I wish a motherfucker would. Shit. Fuck, and that come from the Quran. So when I was
I'll be
like, well,
like,
what the fuck does that
cut that shit off.
I mean, like, who put that in the Quran? Like, what the fuck does that mean? So I think that people,
Man,
better or for worse, Ghost, come on now. Ghost said, if I'm done with you, I'm done with you. I'd file for a divorce, but that's you. But
that's
I
different.
just gave you 3 situations of people I know personally that are still married to their significant others, but won't divorce them. And those are men. I got a female friend that has been complaining she is miserable in her marriage, got a whole boyfriend on the side, big boyfriend relationship. The boyfriend knows she got a husband. The husband suspects she got a boyfriend, but nobody getting divorced. Like, what kind of whacked up shit is that?
Yeah.
Because why? It's cheap for her, the husband. Why is he dealing with it? Because he still feels it's cheaper to keep her, because every state don't have infidelity. What's that? When you cheat on your partner and shit, you want to get divorced. I don't know. Von Ray said, I was watching on my TV and had to come to my computer because some of these men on here are crazy. I know that's right, Vaughn. They only say stuff like that when they mess up. My father said to us, my mom chose to break up the family. Come to find out, he messed up. It took him over 10 years to apologize to her. Exactly. A lot of men will turn around and say the woman messed up the family because she decided to walk away. But you messed up the family because you might have not have physically walked away, but in
Right.
your actions, you mentally walked away from
No,
your
it's not even
commitment.
just your actions, it's your intentions. Right? You
Mhm.
don't you can come out your mouth and you could say something and you might not mean to say it that way. Doesn't mean you did or you didn't,
Yep.
right? It is
Yep.
your intentions, it is your purpose and
Yep.
how you come forward
Yes.
and approach a situation. If your
Exactly.
intentions are, well, I'm just going to stay until, we just can't stay anymore,
The
that's
fuck is
not
that?
standing up.
No.
That's not doing anything.
No. I agree. Interior said, now that's an excellent question, Roy. When you get married after being together 20 years, the marriage lasts 6 minutes. Why is that?
Mm-mm.
People stay together forever and then they turn around and get married and then they break up. And you be like, what? What changed?
Claustrophobia. It's a
But
little
they
too
were
warm
already
here.
in a relationship.
But they had an out, right?
That part. Interior. There go your answer.
They had an out.
Subconsciously, they had an out.
Yeah.
They didn't feel trapped. Right? Wow. That's
That's
deep.
how I feel. I've known people that done it. I know so many gay couples that when marriage finally got legal, ran out, got married.
I know one. They
I
divorced
swear,
already.
like 75% of the people that I knew that went and did it are now divorced.
Yep. I know one girl, she married her significant other, another female. And I saw all their wedding pictures and everything online. And I was like, okay, cool. This was during the pandemic, right? I was like, okay, cool. They went to City Hall, got married. Oh, I love it. Baby, a couple of months later, I ain't see the wife picture no more on the page. And I was like, what the fuck happened? Then I see her with somebody completely different. I was like, Lordy, have mercies, right? They were together all that time. As soon as they get married, bloop.
Listen, we move quick.
Listen, listen, there's this girl on TikTok. She is fine as fucking hell. Like, I stare at her and I be like, baby, stop trying to make me crawl over that fence, right? And so many people be commenting on her post like, you sexy, you make me rethink my sexual, preference or whatever. She did a video and she said, y'all, for all y'all straight motherfuckers that's trying to climb over the fence, right? Stay over there because we got our own issues in the LGBTQ population.
Exactly.
She said, don't come over here because we just as fucked up as y'all are. I fell out. I was like, oh, let me keep my little twat over here. I
But
love
listen,
it.
and lesbians, don't come for me, but I swear to God, this is true. And a lesbian told me this. Lesbians will get together and they'll be together for like 6 months and then they break up for 20 years.
You see this? This don't make no damn
So
sense.
they're together a long time.
They're together a long time. Right. Because I got some friends that be like, my ex, I still hang with my ex. I'm like, you still hang with your ex, but y'all not together. And she be like, but I love her sometime. I love her sometime. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? It's crazy. Miss Shalonda Ray said at Interior, I am blaming the men because so many of them have gotten comfortable taking the back seat while women lead.
Yeah.
Some men today only lead with their ego, money, or dick. No following that. Well, where are we following the dick to? Ghost said, but those men probably haven't signed those divorce papers because it's cheaper to keep her. Well, they don't have to sign. They don't have to fucking sign. If you got money, you could push a divorce without them signing. You have them served 3 or 4 times. They don't answer. You go to the judge and be like, fuck that. I done served this motherfucker 4 times.
Uncontested.
Uncontested. Judge will sign that
Move
shit.
on.
That's
Yep.
right. Don't play with me.
Don't
That's
need
why
to.
I signed a contract and I left my husband after my significant other after a year of being together. Wasn't my husband because he was legally married to somebody else, because I don't want to hear no excuse. I don't give a fuck. Serve her ass several times. And the judge will give a certain amount of time for her to show the fuck up in court. I've been divorced. I know.
Serve on a platter.
The fuck. Interior said at Ghost, I'm not saying it isn't some trifling women out there, because it is. I'm saying these women you are referring to as breaking up the family didn't arrive at that decision easily.
No.
Didn't.
Agree.
Ghost said men bottle up their emotions because we are expected to always be strong. But who expects that?
No.
You can't blame
No.
your significant
That's a
other for that.
generational
We don't
thing. No.
expect that. That's
Nope.
some shit you gotta unpack. That's that
Yep.
childhood trauma.
Exactly.
That's that shit you gotta unpack. That ain't on your significant other.
That
And
is
when we do express those feelings, women use them against us and throw it in our face, calling us weak, soft, emotional.
no.
No, you just got the wrong woman.
That's toxic masculinity right there.
Yes.
That's what it comes from. It comes from toxic masculinity telling you that you need to be a man don't do this, and a man don't do that. And if you do these things, then you are not a man. Not true. Not the
true.
case. And women that do that to men
Are
are
toxic.
also a product of toxic masculinity.
Yes. Agree. Be careful who you're getting in a relationship with. Those are red flags. Pay attention.
Big one.
Those are fucking red flags. See, we have to be
Strobe light.
accountable for the relationships that we choose. When you hear some people say shit like bottle up your emotions and shit like that, and your woman is not allowing you to express your emotions, that's a red flag. And if you continue in that relationship, then you are betraying yourself. I read that shit earlier. Okay. So men do better. Women do better. Miss Shalandere said ghost, but when women voice their concerns, men say we're complaining and too emotional.
Mm.
I'm still trying to learn to be a woman.
Listen, one thing I learned about narcissism and gaslighting and all the stuff that comes with that is my feelings are not up for debate. I feel the way I feel because of an outside influence and what it's doing to me. That's not a debate. So don't come back at me and say, well, you're being overly sensitive, or you're being too emotional, or you're this, or you're that. No. Listen, let's get one thing clear. First of all, I don't need you. Okay? Don't debate me on how I feel, because I will leave. That's it.
Yeah.
Do not think that you are not irreplaceable.
Yeah. Everybody is. Everybody is. Your feelings are not up for debate. That's deep. Your feelings are your feelings, right? Somebody else doesn't have to agree with those feelings, but your feelings are not up for debate. Miss Shalandere said, oh, so that was good. Ghost said, I love when a woman can express her feelings about anything. What gets me sometimes is the delivery of it. True. But some people don't know how to communicate properly, right? And so that's where we all have to hold ourselves accountable, right? Interior said, Mob, well, thank you. You are dating better. I love it. Right? Because this is how we learn to do better. And he said, I'm dating the woman that's perfect for me. I love that. Ghost also said, no woman will say it's cheaper to keep him because the courts give the woman everything. I ain't get shit.
But they're in Texas, though, aren't they?
The court gives women everything. See, y'all, that's the other misconception. I can't with y'all. Give everything like what? What the fuck do y'all have? I ain't never date a man that has shit. What the fuck y'all have? Listen, my men be renting apartments and shit. What the fuck y'all have? Y'all don't have no land. Y'all don't have no estate with money in it. You ain't even got an antique piece of fucking furniture that we can fucking sell in case we need something. So when y'all say women take everything men have, what the fuck do y'all have? I be confused, y'all. What y'all 401k plans? Your pension plans? Women got that shit too, y'all. What the I ain't never date no man that ain't had shit. You know, now I'm gonna go cry in the corner because is it me? Because when these men say women take everything, I'll be like, well, what the fuck? What's everything?
Yeah.
Why do we focus on that? What man on here got some shit? Somebody raise their hand. What man on here got some shit? Oh, you got shit? Okay. What other man on here got some shit that you afraid could be taken away?
Dignity.
Okay, your girlfriend can do that. You don't need no marriage papers for that. I'm just saying. Everybody talk about, they gonna take all we got. What? Your pension? You fuck. And first of all, any man that say that shit to me right now, I'm gonna cut him off. I'm at 55. First of all, motherfucker, I ain't gonna get your pension. Your first wife gonna get your pension. So don't look at me and say I'm gonna take everything. Because at this point, any man that asked me to marry him at 55 years old, I ain't getting his pension if he had a wife before. And if he was with his wife for 15 years or however many years, the stipulation of pension. Research y'all shit, y'all. Okay? Because at a certain point in life, you ain't gonna get shit anyway. The only thing you could get is a life insurance policy, which is what, if I get into another situation with a man, we're going to have a life insurance policy because that's the only thing I'm going to get.
I'm not getting all of Eric's pension.
And that's what I'm saying.
He was married before. His ex-wife getting his pension. Well, getting part of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So this is why I say, what the fuck do y'all have?
Right.
Nothing. Come on now. Ghost said, not gaslighting. The divorce rate is 110% times higher nowadays than back in the day. Marriage was real. It was a joke. You know the difference? And it's 924. But back in the day, women put up with a lot of shit.
Yep.
Women put up with their men bringing them herpes. Women put up with their men bringing them all kind of fucking diseases, scratching with crabs and shit like that. The claps was out when my mother was fucking in her young years. I don't know if the claps is still out, but I heard them talking about the clap. Y'all motherfuckers used to bring shit home, okay? And these women would still stay because they were raised to think that marriage was the end goal. But in today's society, marriage is not the end goal. Motherfuckers are like, nah. That don't look good and it smell rotten and I'm out. That's the difference from back then to now. People are not tolerating what they tolerated before. And now women are looked upon as, oh my God, women are breaking up families. Why? Because we're not tolerating the same abuse that we tolerated for years.
Right.
Hey, the General. Ghost said the divorce rate is higher than the marriage rate. Y'all can't be serious right now.
Well, listen, a statistic can go any way, right? You can look at statistics in Florida and say that, white Floridians are attacked by sharks more than any other race. Well, why is that the case?
Because it's in Key West and ain't no many black people over there.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. So
and they over there in Sanibel Island where there ain't no black people over there.
You could take, because it's mostly white Floridians that are in the water. That's why they get attacked more. So you can take a statistic and you can make it say whatever you want. So when people live by numbers and statistics and shit like that, this is the same in business. If you manage by numbers, you don't get productivity. You get slavery.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's the same thing. You want to live your life according to numbers and statistics.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a couple of things that are wrong with that. A, statistics are a lie. They're always a lie. They're always going to be a lie because they'll say whatever you want them to say. And then B, it just means that you could be afraid and you just need something to justify how you feel.
Period.
There's a lot of stuff there. You got to think about what you're saying when you say these things.
Listen, I used to get into an argument with my significant other. And that motherfucker used to run and get the Quran. It pissed me off. It pissed me off. Huh?
Did he hit you with it?
If he hit me with it, you would have known because it'd have been on a new NJ12. The fuck? But he came to me with the Quran. Every time he'd be like, well, the Quran said. And let me tell y'all, I started saying, fuck Allah. I did. I'm guilty. I did, because he got on my nerves so bad. And that's the thing. Now, that's the shit that some of y'all don't understand. Like when people use stuff like the Quran and the Bible and be like, oh, you wrong because of this, but that, because of that, you actually putting a distaste in my mouth for anything that book has to say. Cause I'm like, fuck you and your book. Like, stop using these books and these little sayings that are out there to justify the fucked up shit you doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Johnny said if the marriage ended 10 years ago or more, the first wife husband don't get your pension. Okay.
That's not, it's not true in my husband's case because it's part of his divorce agreement,
Yep. I was gonna say
his
that unless
divorce
it's part of
settlement.
the
Yeah,
divorce. Yep.
it's in the paperwork, so he has to do that.
Yep. Yep. It's in the paperwork, y'all. Von Ray said at Ghost is called sociology. You should research. My grandfather had a mistress, and when my grandmother passed away, he moved her in. Also, I have two aunts in the Bahamas that I've never met.
Mm.
Men, look at the see, but women back in the day, they dealt with that shit,
Yeah,
right? They dealt with it because divorcing your husband was looked frowned upon. And today, women don't give a fuck. They're like, frown, frown, frown on me if you want to. I'm the fuck out.
yeah.
Bye.
Wait, can I tell a story that's like really close
Yes.
to what she just said?
Yep.
So I did ancestry DNA, right? And then this guy kept showing up, this guy and this girl kept showing up like as close relatives, and they have
Mhm.
like an Italian last name. And I was just like, who the hell are these people? So I asked my aunt who also did it, and she goes, they're showing up on your list too. And I said, yeah. So my cousin, my aunt's daughter, my cousin, like reached out to the female and was like messaging with her across the app. And it turned out this guy and this girl live in my town. Like, he's a little bit younger than my youngest aunt. And you know, it was just like there was some similarities there, but they decided they wanted to meet. So two of my aunts got together with their husbands and met with him and his wife. And it turns out that um, it looks like my grandfather stepped out, got his mom pregnant. She stepped out. She told his father it was his.
Ooh!
And my grandmother probably knew because my grandfather was like a hoe. He was a foreman at General Motors, and all of his employees were women. So
Mm,
he just did, you know, what he
okay.
did. But yeah,
Mhm.
so I found out I had an uncle.
Wow. You see that? You know, that ancestry, thing is interesting because I told this story a while back on here where, I walked in on my yearly, we give my grandmother
Yes,
a
yeah.
dinner, right? And I walked in and I saw, no offense, I saw these white people there. And I was like, what these white people doing at our yearly dinner? I was highly confused. I mean, they were white. They look Italian. And
Mm,
so during the dinner, we always go through my grandmother's history, how she ended up here from Bermuda and the whole thing about her dad. And we go through the whole history. Well, baby, and my brother did the ancestry thing. And these people showed up, like how you said
mhm,
these Italians showed up. Come to find out, we share the same great great grandfather, right? Who was black, who slept with a white woman back in the day, and they kept it a secret.
mm,
Right? They kept it a secret. They never wanted anybody to know. They made her keep it a secret and they separated her from this black man, right? And so this woman raised her kids Italian. They've never been to Italy. They don't speak Italian. They don't know nothing about Italian. And these adults, when they found my family on Ancestry DNA, they reached out and they said, we realized that we are in the DaCosta family, right? We are descendants of the DaCosta. My great great grandfather was black, married to my grandmother. These motherfuckers was a real life imitation of life. They were raised Italian. And they never could understand. They were like, we never been to Italy. We don't know no Italian. Like how are we linked to Italy?
yeah,
Come to find out, they're black. But they look because they've been raised Italian.
yeah.
And so they live in Omaha to this day, and it was so amazing. So you just don't the fuck know. And
No,
so, my thing is, years ago, things were to my point, years ago, things were hidden, things were accepted because that's what it was back then. But in today's time, people are not lying about fucking with different races and being in unhappy marriages. People are walking away. Women are walking away. Right. But men, y'all got to say it's cheaper to keep because I don't know what the fuck that means. Ghost said, I've been told story of a man someone knew. He saved money and built his dream house from the ground up. Met a woman after that, got married, time passed, got divorced. She got the house. That's not true. Right. I want to just elaborate on something, and it could be different from state to state. But if you have property before you got married, right, That is your property, right? If you have a 401k before you got married, that is your 401k. What happens is from the time that you get married, any monies that's accrued and developed from your 401k or your pension plan from the day you got married until the day you get divorced, that's what she can challenge. She cannot challenge the money that was already there before or the property that was already there before, right? This is why y'all have to be smart when y'all get married, right? If you want to buy property, go ahead and buy property as a single person. It's in your name. The deed is in your name. When you get married, that property is yours. And the times that we are in, write prenups. Y'all so scared. Poor people can write a prenup. This house is mine, signed. That's it. It could be one sentence, right? If you feel like that, protect yourself, but don't avoid being in relationships because you're scared you're gonna lose something.
Right.
Lose, that to me, come on now. Okay. Um, but y'all, statistics are a lie, Ghost said. Now stats are a lie. Men lie,
Come
women
on,
lie.
Ghost. What is
He said
going
the world is a lie.
on?
Why should we care about anything if that's the case? He's saying if everything is a lie, why should we care about anything? Because people are writing these stats, right?
Yeah.
Anything we write is subject to a conversation, right?
It's a marketing tool.
Yeah.
Statistics are a marketing tool,
Yeah.
or they're indicators of trends, right? In
Yep.
my business, which is information and cybersecurity, I
Mhm.
look for indicators. It does not mean that it is the case that something is wrong. It just means that it appears that something could be wrong or something could be failing, but it's up to me to validate what is actually going on.
Yep.
So I can't go by hearsay or something I read or a statistic or whatever. Is it happening or is it not? And in order to validate, you have to check in intentionally and purposefully and say, what's the deal? Let's
Yeah.
talk about it.
Yep.
That's it.
Being accountable.
Mhm.
Yep. Yep. So Vaughn says some of y'all need to study sociology. Okay. Cheryl Lee said, in my opinion, that's another point the post made. It isn't about stats, it's about communication. I'm telling
Mm.
you, especially when it comes to relationships, right? One of the things that I struggle with in my last relationship, that motherfucker used to always try to use stats, but his stats be a lie. He don't even be looking up the right stats. He be like, all women. I'm like, is that a stat? All women do this and all women do that. Is that a fucking stat? Like, what is that? Like that people always lean to stats and the all clause when they mad, right? But if you really look up stats, it probably don't say shit near what he said.
No,
Right. And if he look up one stat, I can look up the same stat and come up with different percentages depending on the company that's reporting these stats.
it's you. That's what he wanted to say. It's you.
It's me. It's me. Right? It's the fuck me. Cheryl said when she did ancestry.com, a lot of motherfuckers came out the closet. Y'all, I can't. I'm not doing that ancestry.com. I'm scared. I don't need no more trifling family members. I got enough. The fuck. I don't want to find nobody else. If y'all out there, y'all lost, bye, stay lost. Cause I'm done.
I didn't know you then. I don't need to know you
I
now.
don't need it. I don't need it. So I'm not doing ancestry because the fuck, if it was meant for us to get to know each other, we would have known it by now.
That's right.
Right. And I don't have, and I'm gonna tell you no lie, I don't have it in me. I don't to try to get to know you and build new relationships.
I'm tired.
I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm fucking tired. I don't need no new cousins. I don't need nothing. I don't need to know my daddy stepped out. You my sister. I don't even care. Just leave me alone. The only thing I care about is fucking my brother by mistake. So thank God I know who all my brothers are. Thank God my family wasn't the type of family that
Or
said,
do
fuck
you?
you. Well, listen, my dad wasn't shame. He had a kid. My dad want to be around his kids. Now he didn't work. He didn't pay for his kids, but he wanted them around him.
Yeah.
That's the one thing.
Yeah.
So, I didn't have to worry about that. Thank God. He even wanted kids around him that wasn't his kids. I was like, is that he? He was like, yep, I'm raising them. They mine and yours.
Mm.
And so, thank God for that. So I'm just saying. But y'all, I appreciate y'all motherfuckers on this happy hump day, right? We are still, it's 9:30. Zen, both of us gotta work.
Listen, I'm just moving my mouse so it looks like I'm online. But
Wait a minute. My laptop is down on the floor over there. I ain't moved the
well,
mouse.
I got two setups here. So that's my work setup over there.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
I have a whole setup over here
Podcast
too.
type setup in front of you.
Yeah.
Well, I only have this because I'm in a 2-bedroom apartment, and my second room is my coffee with friends room, my guest room, and my work room. And I don't like clutter, and it's not a big room, so my desk is one of those, petite desk.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just have my iMac in front of me, and I have my laptop, which drives me crazy because I do so much paperwork and so much shit as a PM that I swear I need, at work, I have 3 monitors
Yeah.
when I go into
Oh,
the
it's
office.
necessary.
Yeah.
Absolutely necessary.
Here listen, I do shit I'm not supposed to. I be emailing my shit to my personal email, pulling it up on my screen. And I know security, Mr. Security, don't cuss me out because I was in security for a period of time, and I know I ain't supposed to do it. The fuck? But I can't see everything on my laptop. But
So
I
get a dongle so you can share the monitor.
on my iMac, I
Well,
have
is
an
it?
iMac.
Oh, it's the. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
just
you
the
were talking about.
iMac computer. Yeah.
Got it.
And so that shit right now is sitting on a bar stool in front of me because I don't need it close.
But
Right.
monitors are cheap.
I know I don't have the space. So what I would have to do, Zen, is I would have to change my room around and have the monitors mounted on the wall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I don't have, and I hate clutter. So I don't want the clutter. So I would have to move it around and mount it on the wall, which I might do it at some point in my life. I'm not sure yet. I'm trying to see if a man is going to claim me
Well,
before I
after
do
we
that.
get together here and drink all my 7 cases of wine,
Mhm.
which there's no place for you to sleep here, so you gotta find
I'm
something.
not, listen, I will sleep there. I don't give a shit. I will sleep in that back room where the fireplace is, me and the dog.
There's no listen.
You
When you
changed the
get
house
here,
around?
yeah,
What?
yes.
What did
One of
you
my guest
do?
rooms is the office. The other guest room that was a guest
That
room,
room you sitting in right now is one of the guest rooms.
yes,
Yes,
and
I know
then
that room.
right, and then the one across the hall that used to be a guest room or my old roommate's room, that is now the cat's room. There's no bed in there, and then
Okay.
Eric and I sleep in our own rooms in the other way. So there's literally no room.
Well, you and Eric gonna have to sleep together.
Oh no. Mm-mm.
Why? He snores?
Yeah.
Yeah. I sleep on the couch.
Well, we got little couches now.
Do you have a fucking blow up bed? I cannot drive an hour after drinking 7
Oh, I'm
cases.
just kidding. We'll work it out.
He
I'm
has a
just
big
messing
ass
with
house,
you.
y'all. Seriously, this house is big. He's the motherfucker that said my house was a McMansion because it looked like everybody else's house on the block. He got a big ass house. There's space in there. I'll be up in a corner like a fly. Fuck that. I ain't drinking all that damn wine trying to go home. He'll be at the jailhouse visiting me with my DUI. All right? The fuck.
I have to put on my you feel me clothes.
Exactly. Maybe we should just drive by the jail for old time's sake. Be like, hey, I used to come up here and visit.
Right?
You know,
Just pull in the parking lot. Just be like,
and
hey,
just chill in the parking lot with
just
some
pass it
wine and
through.
shit. Smoke a ooh, can't say that. Anyway, y'all, I'm on here too long. Anyway, y'all, I got to go. All right, but I'm out. I love y'all. I'm gonna give y'all the motivation for today. Zen, I mean the song for today. Zen, I appreciate you joining. It's always fun.
Mwah. I
We're
love all
going
of
to
you.
get together. Mwah, mwah, mwah. All right, peace out. In the meantime, between time, I'm going to give y'all the music to go out on because I feel like what? It's always going to be a what? Hey, we've been on here too long, y'all. What? I still go. Have a good day, y'all. Hey. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. What? Through the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, like the highway. And in the drive Hey! Anything you want, anything you need. Let I slide right by that energy. What? Come on. What? I never answer to no man. I still go, 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 go. Peace, y'all. Going for now, but never forever. See y'all tomorrow, and I'm out. Hey.